to show you how I print and cut my digital stickers using the Silhouette Studio app and the Silhouette cutting machine. So today I will show you how I print and cut my digital stickers so they will fit into my pocket size planners. So here are some digital stickers. This is the pocket size dimensions. I will show you how your Silhouette cutting machine can cut this, as well as what's called kiss cut, which is where the machine only cuts the top layer and not the sticker paper. I will tell you the measurements that you would need for a pocket size, but if you did want to make and cut digital stickers for other size planners, the step-by-step guide is still the same. All you need to do is change the measurements to suit whatever planner you want your stickers to be housed in. I'm Marianne, and through my planning, I hope to inspire those who are self-assured most times, but sometimes may feel a little bit lost or overwhelmed. Use planning as a form of self-care so you actually have something to focus on and give yourself some space and grace to allow you to get back and do the things that you're normally great at. So all items I do show and mention in today's video, I'll have all the details and the links in the description below. If you have the Silhouette Studio app already installed on your computer, then just press the start. So right at the top there, and then click. And if you can't see Silhouette Studio, just type it in search and open that up. Now I have the Silhouette 4.5. It opens up on a new blank page. So I'm going to walk you through how all the different settings that I create. If you click right at the top, and then it says at the moment untitled, so we'll name it a little bit later once we've fixed that. So the first thing that I do, top right hand corner of your page, it says open the page setup. So click on that, and then the first page you have here is it'll ask you which Silhouette machine you have. So I have chosen my Cameo. It's going to ask you what cutting mat you have. So I am using a cutting mat today. So I'm using the 12 by 12 inch Cameo cutting mat. So put that in there. And then the next one is the media size. So what this means is what paper or sticker paper size are you going to be printing on? So I have A4, but you can choose if you have a sticker paper that's 12 by 12, or if you have a sticker paper that is the letter size, which is 8.5 inch by 11 inch. If you don't know what sticker paper you're using, have a look at the packaging, and then you'll be able to choose the corresponding paper size that you're going to print on. Now, this is very important because what will happen is if you choose the wrong paper size and then it prints and then it starts to cut, all the alignment will be off. So double check the packaging of your sticker paper to make sure it's the correct size. The next bit here, so I'm going to be choosing A4 for my printing. And then the next step I'm going to do here, see how it says show print border and then show cut border. I'm going to keep those two options ticked. So then that way I know exactly the parameters that I need to keep my graphics in. And so then I don't go beyond that, or else it won't print or cut properly. And then we're going to also keep the orientation as portrait, so as you see here on the screen. Next, we're going to go to the grid setting, so which is that middle portion right on that side. We are going to go and make sure that the snap to grid is ticked. And then also what's called the tolerance 0.059. So what that is, when you're moving your graphics around or your little printed sticker on the Studio app, it'll sort of like align with each other. If it's at 0, you can't align it. And so I keep it at 0.059. The next part is enable smart snapping. Again, that will align all your images on each other, and it'll just help you a lot better when you're moving your stickers around the page. The next area here is the registration marks. Because we're going to be printing on the sticker paper, the machine needs to know exactly where all those printed stickers are, and then it needs to cut around it. If we don't do the registration marks, it won't know where to cut. So it's very important that here on the top right hand, there's the registration marks there that we're now going to go and make sure that that is ticked as on. So see how now on the page you can see a rectangle. That's where it will tell you keep your sticker images within that rectangular area. And then that little square block there, also those little right angled black markings, that is the marking or registration mark that the machine is going to read, so it knows exactly the parameters that it'll cut all the individual stickers that you're going to put on this page a little bit later on. The next thing here, see these sort of like cross hatch the areas you don't put any stickers on there, but it is too thick. It means I can't go and place any images on there, and I'm going to be wasting sticker paper. So what I want to do is I want to narrow those registration marks. So if you go back on the top right hand side, there it says length. So keep that as to the left as possible. Thickness of the registration mark, again to the left as much as possible. And then the positions of the insert. See how now when I move that all the way to the left hand side, that space where we can put stickers in has now expanded, which means we can use up a lot more of the sticker paper, and we're not wasting a lot, because sticker papers can get quite expensive per page, so we want to use up as much of it. So the orientation default, keep those little registration marks as is. We're now going to go and create some rectangles. Okay, so let me just show you my desk. So we're going to create rectangles on the page. So then that way the machine knows to cut pocket size. If you want to create digital sticker paper for your personal size planner, you can then make the measurements of a personal size planner insert dimension. I'll have all the measurements shown to you in a second. So for this, let's go back to our studio app. So there's 1, 2, 3, fourth option on that little panel is to insert a shape onto our page. So we're just going to click on a rectangle and then right click our mouse and then just create a rectangle on the page. At this stage, doesn't matter the size. All we're doing is we're going to create a rectangle to say to the machine, hey, I want you to cut a rectangle size. On the left hand side again, I need you to click that top arrow. Click on that, because if you don't click on that and you're clicking on the page, it's just going to create more shapes, more rectangles. So just a little tip there. Now we are going to go and create a rectangle the size of a pocket size planner insert. I've done some measurements, so I'm going to get you to screenshot this, so then that way you can come back to this video a little bit later on and then you can see the measurements. So here we are. This is the pocket and this is for personal. So these here are the size of the actual planner insert. So if you're going to create a pocket sticker paper, it's 3.25 inches by 4.625 inches. And then if you're going to create sticker paper for your personal size planner, do a 3.75 inch by 6.75 inch. Write it down in your little notebook, so for future reference, you've got all your measurements. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the measurement for this is the pocket size planner insert dimensions. On the top sections on the lock button, we're going to unlock the dimensions because we're going to go and set the width and the length of our rectangle the size of a pocket planner insert. So I've unclicked that, and then I'm going to change the width to 3.25, which is what we said the width of a pocket size planner. And then see how it narrowed down. Height of the page is 4.625. So change that for 4.625 and press enter. And now we have this pocket planner insert dimension on our Studio app. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to lock that. See here? There's the little lock. So make sure you go and lock that so it doesn't change the dimensions. So now we have the size of a pocket planner. And over here, I'm going to change the line color to blue. I will tell you in a second why. So if you go to the top, there is a little rectangle that you can have a drop down box and then change the color of the rectangle. We're going to change it to a different color because we want the machine to cut all the way through the sticker paper. So then that way it cuts it out for us and we don't have to worry about using scissors to cut it. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a different cut settings for what's called the kiss cut. So kiss cut is it's just cutting the top part of the sticker, but not the back part. And that allows you to peel off your stickers later on when it's ready for use. So I'm going to change that to blue. So there, blue. And now this is our pocket size planner sticker paper. So I'm just going to move that at the top. And if you right click on the page, you can copy it and then you can paste. You can fit 4 of these on an A4 size paper. And then if you right click on the page again and then drag your mouse, see how it highlighted both? Now you can copy both rather than one at a time. Let's do that again. Nice and slow. Right click, copy, right, oh, is it right click or left click? And then we now have 4 pocket size rectangles. Nice and easy. So if you're like me, I like to have all my rectangles and boxes all lined up. And if you move all these boxes a little bit higher within that rectangular area, remember that's the cutting area, then you can move it up a little bit further up the page. Just don't go beyond that registration and cutting mark. And then that way, right here at the bottom, you have some more space if you want to add some stickers on there. You're not wasting your sticker paper. What we're going to do next, here is the little trick. So let me show you why we're doing this next bit. So see how my stickers are all within this area here? Because I don't want any stickers on here because that's where I want to hole punch my sticker paper so then I can put it in my pocket size planner. So what I need to do is I need to create a little border so then that way I stick within that parameter and I don't go beyond that and I don't add any stickers beyond this space, or else what's going to happen is I'm going to be hole punching over it and it's going to be a waste of sticker paper. So what we need to do now is create another rectangle. Over here, go and click on a rectangle, click on the page. So just create another rectangle outside of the white paper so then you don't move any of the blue rectangles. So next, let me show you my page again. See how here I made a little mock-up of what we're trying to create. So I'm going to create this in a rectangle so then I know I'm going to just keep my stickers on that page. And the measurement is 2.75 inch by 4.625. So do a screenshot of that. And then there's one for the personal size. So then that way you've got either or depending on which planner size you want to keep your stickers at. So now we're going to create this as 2.75. So again, we're going to go and make sure we click that arrow so we're not creating rectangles. Untick the little lock so then that way we can create the size that we want. We want the width to be 2.75 inch. On the width, type in 2.75, click enter. And on the height, we want to keep it at the same as 4.625, click enter. And then we're just going to go and move that over to right on top of our blue rectangle. So now that's just a guide. We're going to remove it later. And we're just going to change the color to something else, to purple, because really this is not a cutting mark or a printing mark. It's just a guide so we know exactly where to place the sticker icons that we'll place in a second. We're going to copy, paste, add that little rectangle onto the other pocket size blue rectangle. paste again, and then one more, copy, paste, and then here we go. So let me show you essentially what we did. All right, so essentially on our Silhouette Studio app, we created the outside, so the rectangle to cut the whole pocket size, and just a guide of where to keep the stickers in. So that's all it is, it's a guide. I'm going to name this template as pocket template for stickers, or if you're making one for your personal size. So then later on, when you want to add more stickers and create it for a pocket or a personal size page, you've got the template and you don't have to do this step again and again and again. The reason why I do this on a pocket size planner is because it's handy. I have all of this. I can just open it, look at the stickers that I have, peel it off. It's handy. And what happens when it's handy and it's obvious and it's easy to access? You use it more often, because hands up those who have a lot of stickers that you haven't used because they're stuck in the drawer, they're stuck on the shelf. So that's why I created it for a pocket size planner, because it's nice and easy, and then it's all handy. I have these on the shelf, and then it's easy to access and add to my planner pages. What I'm doing is I'm just going to save it. So save as, I'm going to save it to the library, which is the library of the Studio app. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do and hit that bell so you get notified of when I upload next. And then I'm going to go and save pocket template for stickers. Nice and easy. So then when I want to make stickers again later on, I can just go to this template. I don't have to redo it again and again and again. That's the template, nice and easy. So I'm going to show you the one I created for my small icons. It's a PNG file. So if we go to open, I have saved up my small icons on my computer. So locate where the file of your digital sticker. So I'm going to go and click on my Marianne Crest digital icon stickers. It'll open up a new page. So there it is. So at the moment, they're all grouped together. See how you can't individually resize. So what you need to do is, I think it's right click, which will give you the drop down options, but see how it says release compound path. What will happen is all those individual stickers will ungroup, and then you will be able to manipulate one at a time. So release compound path, and look what happens. See how now you can move all these individual stickers, and then you can just delete my Marianne Crest label on there. So now what we're going to do is I'm just going to grab one of these icons. So let's do the YouTube, because we're on YouTube. So if you right click and you copy that icon, go to your template that we created earlier. We copied the YouTube icon from the other page, and now we're going to paste it onto this template. Now, depending on how big you want your icons to be, measure your planner pages and see how big you want your little sticker. So if you want it to cover a lot more of the page, then make the stickers bigger. But then if you only want a little bit, a couple of lines, then make your stickers smaller. So my stickers measure at 0.375 inch. So I use my little inch ruler here, and so I'll measure the page that you're on. So then if you wanted your sticker to be on 2 lines, to fit on 2 lines, measure that amount of space. So you can make your stickers as small as you want or as big as you want. I think mine is 0.375. So I'm going to go and resize this sticker. Again, we go back to the top. There's the measurements, and that's where we're going to go and change the measurement of your sticker. So I think at first I measured it 0.3 of an inch. So make sure it's locked, so then that way it keeps its dimensions. So 0.3 by 0.3, let's just make it a little bit bigger. so then we can see. And then we're going to place that sticker onto our page within that little area that we want all the stickers to be. Not in the little sidebar where we're going to hole punch, just in that little inner rectangular area. And I think here I changed mine to 0.375 because I think it's going to be too small. And then what we do now is the fun bit, is we go and copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste as many stickers as you want on this little tiny little pocket size planner page. So copy, right click, copy, or on your keyboard, Control C, Control V. So Control C is copy and Control V is paste. So here I'm just going to fit as many as I can on the top here. So copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and I think I can fit one more, copy, paste. Now here's a little trick. So if you go and click on the page and then drag your mouse so it highlights all your little icon stickers, and now up here there is a button that helps you align all your stickers. So see here, you can align things on the left, line up and down, you can make it line up to the right, you can make it line up at the bottom, you can make it line up across, and then you can make it line up at the top. And also these other two allows you to evenly space things horizontally and vertically. So once you've highlighted all your tiny little stickers, and I'm going to align them all at the top, and click that. And then see how it says align the top, and then this one here, which is that I lined it evenly. Let me just show you again. So at the moment each YouTube sticker is not evenly spaced, and then if you click this button here, it now evenly spaces it. So really it doesn't matter if it's unevenly spaced, right? Especially if it's your planner stickers and then it's in your planner organizer. But for me, aesthetically, I like to look at pretty things that are all lined up and evenly spaced. Am I the only one? Please say no, that I'm not the only one who likes to do that. While all of it are still all highlighted, group it. So group it means they all don't move individually when you're copying and pasting. So let me show that. So while all your YouTube stickers or whatever stickers you've highlighted are all highlighted together, right click and then group. See that little spot there? Group, and then it all groups it together. So now if you want to copy it, copy, paste, ta-da, copy. You can line them up, paste again, and you can fill up one of these sheets with just one sticker. If you know you use a lot of YouTube stickers or whatever stickers you're going to use, fill them all up. Move that aside because we know we've used that. I'm going to copy, let's say, Facebook. So right click, copy, go to our little template on the other page and then paste it. So then that way you can go and fill up the pages with whatever stickers you have. Again, go and change the size. So I'm doing 0.375 and it's locked, so it keeps its dimension. And then again, copy, paste, and then fit as much as you can. Try not to get them too close. So again, right click, align it to the top, and then align it, space it evenly, group it, copy, paste, and fill up this rectangular page with whatever sticker or icons you want. Here, as you can see, it's not evenly spaced vertically. So what I'm going to do, remember that inner rectangle that we are just using to help us align our stickers within that rectangle. We can actually now click on it. So if you just put your little mouse onto that line, it's going to highlight it and you can delete it because we don't need it. We don't need it as a cutting guide. It's just really a placement of our stickers within that rectangle. So we don't have that left-hand side covered with stickers for our hole punching. Okay, so then if you highlight all of your stickers and then click on the align button at the top, and then you can line it all to the right. And then this one here which will evenly space your stickers vertically. Ta-da! And now it's all done. And then you can fill up all the other 3 pages with whatever stickers that you have. If you want a lot more Facebook one, if you want a lot of more YouTube or whatever stickers, as you can see here, see how around each one there's already a white outline. So then that way, in case your alignment is all off, it's not going to cut into the graphic itself. But see how the little outline is red. So it's different from the outline of the rectangle. And that's very, very important because we need to tell the machine we want the blue one to cut all the way through the sticker paper, and we want the red one to only kiss cut the sticker paper so it doesn't cut through the backing of your sticker paper, and you can just peel the top off. Now you can fill up all your pages with whatever other stickers. So if you have other digital stickers that or you've already purchased, you can fill that up and just make sure that it's within the blue rectangle, and then that way you are not going to go beyond that. So let me just show you one I have prepared earlier. So I've already gone ahead and filled up a page full of different icon stickers. So I'm just going to go to the top, go to my library. So that's the Silhouette Studio app library. And then I'm just going to choose one of the stickers I've created before. And then here it is. See how I've got different icons on this page. I've filled up all my 4 rectangles. I removed that inner rectangle guideline, so then it's not going to be a cutting instruction for the machine. And I've just filled the page with the different icons that I know I use regularly. So it's all going to be within the pocket size dimension. So the red will kiss cut while the blue will cut all the way through. So now we go to the top corner. Can you see where it says send? So we're going to send all these details to the Silhouette cutting machine. Let's click on that. And then it's now going to go and open up the machine details. There we go. It's going to be ready to cut for us. I have it at the moment. At the top here, you've got simple, line, and fill. So simple, it'll just cut everything the same way. But because we're going to instruct it to cut 2 different ways, make sure you click on the line option. Now you can see there is a red square and a blue square. Choose the type of paper you have. So on the Silhouette cutting machine, it is the sticker paper white. So scroll all the way until you find the sticker paper white. So these are all the default type of material that's already set within the Silhouette Studio app, and it'll do a default of how deep the blade will cut into it. So sticker paper, the blade cut will just be nice and shallow. So same thing again for the blue, it's the sticker type paper, and make sure that it is cutting and not sketching, because you can also draw with the Silhouette cutting machine. So we're going to go right to the bottom here. It has set the blade depth of the machine into 2, which means it's not going to cut deeply. So only a tiny bit of the blade will be showing. So if you do have a Silhouette cutting machine, follow the instructions. Like I said, this is not a tutorial on how to use the machine. There are many other videos that will be able to show you a beginner's guide if you haven't used one before. But you need to set the blade of the cut, your little cutter, to 2, so it doesn't cut too deep through the paper and through the mat. And then, so the red is the one that's highlighted at the top. So I'm going to set the force of the cut down to 4, and then the speed of the cut down to 3. Now it's very important that you do a test of your own machine. My blades are quite blunt already, and it's an old machine. I bought it in 2015, and I tested it cutting, at force 5 or speed 4. So sometimes it might cut too much of the sticker backing paper. So please test out your own machine, sticker paper, so then that way you can do your test cuts on there. But for me, so the red, which means it's the kiss cut, I have it at force 4, speed 3. And then the blue cut, which is for the whole rectangle, so we want it to cut all the way through the sticker paper. I'm going to be setting that at force 11 and speed 3. Okay, so see how the force is a lot higher, which means it's going to go and force the blade through the paper, the sticker paper, and so it's going to cut through. Then going to print it over here. You click on the print. Now your printer preference might be different to mine, so just double check your printer preference. Choose the printer that you're going to send it to. I always check the preference that the size of the paper is correct. So if you go and click on the advanced setting, so see how here it's set to letter. If it printed this page on a letter, all the alignment would be off. So make sure it matches the paper size that you are using. So A4 is what my sticker paper is at. So I'm going to make sure that that's A4, and then it'll print the registration marks and my graphics correctly. I like to have the print features to high quality, so then it's nice and colorful. Press OK, click apply, and then click print. Wait for your printer to print your sticker paper, and then that way it's all ready for you to go. And now let me show you how it is. So I printed here on my A4 size. You can see the registration marks right here and at the bottom, and that's what the machine will read to know exactly where all your graphics are, and so it'll cut around it. Next, what I do is I then grab my cutting mat. As you can see, CYSN was the little business I had, Cook You Some Noodles, where I made handmade dolls, and I used to print my labeled stickers on my silhouette machine. As you can see, I bought this cutting machine 30th of July 2015, so it's very old. It's not sticky anymore, so I'm using washi tapes to keep it all stuck together. And as you can see, there's been times where I have set the cutting incorrectly and it has cut through my cutting mat, but it still works. It's still a little bit sticky. Granted, I just have to add some washi tapes to keep it in place. When it feeds through the machine, you don't want the paper moving about, or else it won't cut all your things properly. Place my washi tapes, so then that way it's all nice and secure. Just make sure that you don't put your washi tapes in the alignment of the registration marks. If you've got a nice new mat, then you don't have to do this. I turned on my silhouette cutting machine. It's registered, says it's ready to go. Ready. Now, very, very important here that we double check the cut settings, because later I'll show you what happens when you don't, because sometimes when you move from screen to screen, it may not save it properly. So always please check that your kiss cut, so whatever setting it is, so for mine 4 and 3, and then the full cut through is at 11 and 3, that it is all set correctly before you press send, blue send button. Start registering the markings, and then it will start cutting the page for you. We now have the cutting machine here. Align it so then it's nice and straight. Feed it nice and straight into your machine. Press feed or load, whatever the instruction is. Again, this is a very old silhouette cutting machine, which may be different to what it is now. What earlier we've sent it to the machine, it's going to go and register, and it's ready. And then now what will happen is now it's going to go and send all that details to the machine. The machine here is reading those registration marks, so that little black square and those little angled things there. It's reading it, saying, all right, I've got to keep within these parameters. And so now I know exactly where to cut around. And so the machine now is going to individually cut every one of those little red markings. So now it knows exactly where to cut, and because of the registration mark, if it reads it properly. Here's a little tip. Make sure your lighting is really good when it's reading the registration marks, because if your lighting is poor, it sort of is blurry. Those registration marks get red blurry, and then you won't know exactly where to cut. A little tip is to make sure you have nice lighting when your machine is reading the registration mark. So then what it does, it'll just go and cut everything. It's cutting individual ones, and then it'll change the setting so it then cuts the blue, which is all the way through. Take it off your machine. It's ready to get taken off. What happens when you don't change the cutting machine, and the machine cuts away without you knowing that it's not set correctly. So see here, the force I had at 14 and the speed at 8. So if the force is at 14 when you're supposed to be kiss cutting, this, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens. It cut everything through. There you go. There's my sticker. All stuck to the cutting mat. What's the tip of the day, people? Double check your work. Yeah, don't do that. Make sure before you cut. What is it that they say? Measure twice, cut once. Go and check your cutting setting. Great minds think alike. Printer paper that I use at the moment is just a shipping label. This one is an Australian brand. This is a shipping label, 1 sheet per A4. So here's the cutting mat, and here is the cutting page that I had. Remove my washi tape, and here's a little trick. When you're peeling your paper, bend the cutting mat rather than peeling off the paper, so then that way your sticker paper doesn't curl. And then now, as you can see, the blue markings that we had on the Silhouette Studio cut through, while the red just kiss cut. Okay, so look, it didn't cut through the back of the page. And then what I do next, so this is my We Are Memory Keepers adjustable 6-hole puncher. You can hole punch A5, personal, agenda, pocket, mini, and then all you do is you move the levers to the setting that you want it at. So make sure it's on pocket, and then here at the back is the paper guide. So I don't know if you can see on here, it has the paper guide. So just make sure you move that to the correct setting. So pocket is right at the end. And then what happens is that guide helps you put your page in the right section. So if it was a little bit further out, like an A5, that's exactly, see, you don't go beyond that little page there. So, and then at the back, you've got the little cover that has all your hole punch there. So let's just clean it up, because sometimes paper, especially sticker paper, can get stuck in there. And I only try and hole punch 2 at a time so I don't wreck my hole puncher, because if you're impatient like me sometimes and you put more than 2 to 3 pages at a time, then you can wreck your tool. And I'm just going to cut little slits there, so then I can add it to my pocket size planner. Nice and easy. So this is the Pocket Filofax Mediterranean. I have my other ones in here. So instead of opening the ring mechanism all the time when I'm putting new pages in there or taking pages out, by cutting the slit, you're just pushing through your pages in there. Now, if you do want to grab these stickers, go to my website at mariannecresp.com and then go on to shop right here. I have just added a new drop down digital stickers. So here, that's the small icons. There's the weather sticker. There's a potted plant. There's the cute little sticky notes, and then the self-care as well. So if you wanted to get the digital stickers that I use, it's available at mariannecresp.com. Just go down and have a look at the digital stickers section, and then that way you can go and have a look. If you're liking this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you think any of your planner friends would love to know how to print and cut their own stickers using Silhouette's Studio app and the Silhouette cutting machine, how to resize stickers so it fits onto your sticker pages. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye.